Chalk on the corner, fair game in the air. Aaron's bat sang, but the call wasn't fair. Stripes in the dirt, blind to the truth. Judgment day ruined, no replay to boost. Robbed on the line, truth in the smoke. Boone in the dugout, temper provoked. Hands in the sky, crowds roar choked. Stole the homer, faith in the game broke. Lines don't lie, but the humans do. Green monster grin, but the call askew. Boone stormed out, spit words like fire, till Blue tossed and called him a liar. Robbed on the line, truth in the smoke. Boone in the dugout, temper provoked. Hands in the sky, crowds roar choked. Stole the homer, faith in the game broke. Cleats on the base, game paused and rinse. Judge plays clean, but they stack the fence. Crew in the masks, deaf to respect. Baiting the Bronx, who do they protect? Fair line narrative, curving the truth. Pint glass cheers turn silence in the booth. Boone's red fury, no seat to recline. Ejected, but still, the vibes on the grind. Robbed on the line, truth in the smoke. Boone in the dugout, temper provoked. Hands in the sky, crowds roar choked. Stole the homer, faith in the game broke.
All right, let's get the show on the road. Freaking Yankees got smoked today. My goodness. Man, I thought this was supposed to end in June. Wasn't it supposed to end in June? Isn't that what they told us? The Boone Swoon Balloon, or whatever it's called. Let me start this up, man. Let's say what's up to the chat. CT Carr says, hell yeah, CT. Not a good day, though. Jason about to choke Boone. Man, this one ain't on Boone, but I feel like Boone, he's the sacrificial lamb. He's the one that's got to take the heat, you know? When the Titanic sank, you know, the last one off the boat was the captain, right? Didn't he go down with the ship? And Boone's going down with the ship, man. Let me tell you. We're not blaming individual players, even though there's some individual players that's going to get some heat. And you know what, man? I'm going to let it air out today. I'm going to let it all air out. Let me make sure this thing is okay. We're being monitored. All right, CT Carr says, I'll hold Boone down for Jason. No, man. Look, man, this team they ain't as good as we thought. The funny thing is, coming into the season, right? Coming into the season, we knew this, but they kind of hoodwinked us, you know, started off with the torpedoes, you know, the volpedos, whatever you want to call it. And they started off hot, but that died down real quick, man. Really quick. Right now, this team stinks, dude. Let's be honest. This team blows, man. It's terrible, man. Garbage. Straight garbage. I'm watching the game, but I'm like, even when they were up 2-0, shout out to Dominguez for getting that big 2-out, 2-run single in the first, by the way. But even after that, I was like, man, if we don't put up more runs here, we're cooked, man. I just knew it. I had that gut feeling like, yeah, this ain't gonna hold it. Freaking George Springer continues to murder the Yankees. This dude needs to be charged with aggravated assault because what he did today was that was uncalled for, man. Straight uncalled for.
Entering the chat.
Uh-oh.
My man, Dev. Oh, snap. Finch.
Oh,
now in the
God.
chat. The legend himself. CT Cards.
On the road again.
This thing is getting out of control.
Just can't wait to get on the road again.
It is getting out of control. It's not old man. Damn, Stephen B. It's just old, bro. I'll put it for you, though. This is getting out of control, man. Really out of control. But yeah, freaking the Yankees blew it. Look, again with the runners in scoring position. 2 for 17 with runners in scoring position. That's just not going to cut it. I get it. We scored 5 runs today. Whoopie-doo, you know. A few of those runs we probably shouldn't have scored anyway. At one point, it felt like they were literally giving us the game, and we couldn't take it. So 2 for 17 runners in scoring position. That's just terrible. Terrible. Let me zoom in on this. It seems like every night is the same story with runners in scoring position. We just can't get it done. 11 left on base. And you look over here, the Blue Jays 5 for 7. So we had way more runners on base, runners in scoring position. We just couldn't get it done. Volpe 0 for 5, right? The defense, it ain't there either. It seemed like every time we made a mistake, it got capitalized on. Right? I'll start with Jazz Chisholm at third. Max Fried could have got out of the inning. It was a tough play. I'm not gonna lie, but they had Jazz Chisholm playing way back there at third base.
Now in the chat, a channel OG, D-Train.
It's not enough. Few solid left, but it's not enough.
D-Train is a exclamation point. Exclamation point, the player's name for stats, and for the graphics and the effects, use $signs. But anyway, Jazz Chisholm, he couldn't make the throw. Again, one of those plays where I feel like an experienced third baseman probably makes that play. And Jazz is great over there, considering that he's not a third baseman. He's doing good when you look at it from that standpoint. But certain plays is like, you know what? An experienced third baseman, a true third baseman, probably makes those plays. And that's one that he probably would have made. He didn't. The guy reaches first. And immediately, right after that, everything went downhill. This dude, Jimenez, 3-run bomb. And the rest is history, man. The Yankees did manage to come back after being down 4-2.
Joining us in the chat, a channel favorite, the one, the only, Real Bill P.
You're welcome, Andrew. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, and look, this team is just not it, man. This team sucks right now. Let's be honest. We could keep saying, oh, it's like we find excuses for them. I'm done finding excuses for them. For all of them, even Judge included, everybody is on the hot seat as far as I go, That's just my opinion. Everybody's on the hot seat. All the way up the chain. If your name ain't Hal Steinbrenner, you're on the hot seat. But yeah, just bad play. Just not able to score. Not even, at one point, the Blue Jays was like, you know what? We don't care. No outs, run on first, Judge up to plate. We'll walk Judge. You guys ain't gonna do anything anyway. And they were right. We didn't do anything anyway. First and second. This is like, bro, they should make a freaking banner, a motto. This is gonna be the new thing. First and second, nobody outs, and nothing happens. Over and over and over again. Not even a sack bunt, not even moving the runner over, a sack fly, hit the ball to the right side so the runner can move over to third base. None of that. Never happens, bro. Never. They have to be 0 for 1,000 with runners on first and second and nobody out. It's absolutely
Entering the chat,
incredible.
From the ugly truth, the one, the only, Ken.
Let's get ready to rumble!
I gotta get everybody. I know we have some more members, and this weekend I'll make sure I get a walk-up song for everyone. Even though the walk-up songs, I'm not gonna lie, it's starting to get a little crazy. You can't even talk. But yeah, look, we keep making excuses for this team, and then you say, well, we in first place. Okay, but that's about to go away too. Little by little, every excuse that we could give this organization is dwindling away, Hopefully we can maintain first place, but if we dip into second at some point, man, it's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good. Maybe falling out of first place will light a fire under this team's ass and having play with a sense of urgency. But if they're not doing it now, what makes me think they're gonna do it then? And the bad thing is there really is no reinforcements coming. Before we was like, well, we got Stanton coming. Okay, he's here. And who else? You name it. Now we're like, well, we got Luis Hill coming. When he comes, he's not gonna save the day. I'm sorry to rain on your guys' parade, but I'm sure He'll pitch fine eventually, and I like Luis Hill a lot, but he is not gonna be our hero, bro. He's not gonna come freaking save this team. It's just not happening. Andrew's a Dodgers fan saying fire Boone. At this point, look, fire Boone right now, no, it's not gonna happen. But if let's say something really bad was to happen, we finished in third place or something like that. Even making it to the playoffs at that point is not good enough. They will have to really, really get rid of him. My thing with Boone is this, right? Put away the winning percentage and all that, whatever, means nothing. It's for me anyway, because I'm looking at rings more than anything. Somebody has to go, and it's not a third base coach, it's not a hitting coach, it's not the freaking I don't know, the groundskeeper coach, whoever you want to go, because it always seems like there's always a sacrificial lamb. Every time the Yankees go through this kind of rut, they always throw us a bone, right? Whether it's the hitting coach, I forgot his name, or whoever it is, third base coach before this guy. Whoever it is, they throw us a bone, right, to satisfy the fans, because we're like hungry dogs, man. We want fresh meat, Somebody needs to pay for this. But this time it is Boone. This time it has to be Boone, and that's not gonna fix everything. I'm not saying that, but it's a change. It's a change. It has to be done. Sometimes you got to set an example, and I think that's the example to set right there. JC Escaro. I don't know if you guys listened to the stream last night, but I kind of went off a little bit on him with the catcher's interference thing, because it burned us last night and it burned us again today. And my thing is, I've seen him at least, look, I obviously, I want off the top of my head, I've seen him do that. I've seen him have a catcher's interference called on him at least 5-6 times this year already. And he hasn't addressed, he hasn't fixed nothing, he hasn't changed nothing. And it came around to bite us in the ass again today. I get it, you framing the pictures or whatever it is. But even yesterday, I said, dude, somebody needs to like sit down with him and really be like, look, where are you standing? I mean, where are you, when you're behind the plate, where are you? Okay, if you have a bat and you see that he swings like this or whatever it is, move back, bro. Move back. You're over the plate, guy, please. So he gets the catcher's interference, and what do you know? Grand slam. Luke Weaver. Look, what more can you say, right? What more could Boone say? I understand that I'm pretty sure behind the scenes, he probably gets mad at these guys and everything. He's not going to show that when he talks to the media, but at one point, do you just go up in there and be like, look, we freaking suck, man. Cashman, I want him to go in front of the cameras and be like, look, don't look at me. Tell this guy up there to get me some better players. The thing is, we got a lot of good players on this team. But for every good player, we got a player that's just terrible, Volpe. I don't even know what to say about this guy anymore. Look, if it was me, right, and I said this early on Joe's show, if I'm Cashman, I'm looking for either a third baseman, a second baseman, or a shortstop. Anyone can happen, And I'm not saying Trey Volpe, even though that's not off the table either, in my opinion. But if I could get a shortstop, a decent shortstop, and move Volpe to second and keep Jazz at third, I'll do that. Even though I'd rather have Jazz at second. But, this team is a ship, right? This team is a boat. Just imagine a boat with a bunch of holes in it, right? It's a bunch of holes and we're going down. And we could, we just got to try to patch the biggest ones and hopefully we can make it to shore. That's how I see this team. Just try to fill the biggest needs that we can, because there's a lot of needs. There's a lot of holes in this boat, but we can't get them all, right? Obviously, especially during the trade deadline in the middle of the season. So you just got to patch the ones that mean the most and hope for the best. But we do have some good players, and there are some, some bright spots on the team. I'd say Dominguez is a bright spot. Bellinger, this team, man, and that's another thing. Like, we can never have the best 9 players on the field. The way it's constructed, we can never have our best 9 hitters all at once on the field. And that's a problem. That's a problem. But let's get into the chat a little bit, see what's going on. I'm going to put my clown face for this performance. Where's my clown face? It didn't come up. That's not good. Hold on. Wait a minute. Okay. Clown face. Nope, not working. Let me refresh this. Yeah. Let's get into the chat real quick, man, and then we'll continue with the kind of rant. I'm not even surprised. Look, I'll be honest with you. And I was on Ken's play-by-play earlier. And shout out to Ken from Yankees The Ugly Truth for having me up there with him. And he asked me at one point, he said, "You feel good about this game so far?" And I was like, not really. And everybody was like, "What? Not even with Max Fried?" I was like, "Not even with Max Fried. I don't." I expected Max Fried to pitch a little better than that, but I just knew at some point, whether it was the bullpen or something, that they were going to put on some runs, and the team was going to be in trouble. They were going to have a hard time coming back. Look, whenever we're down, I completely, like, I'm not going to say I give up on this team, but I'm already like, look, it's like, look, even at one point we was down 4-2. We might as well have been down 12-2. That's how it felt like, They did manage to come back and tie the game. And for what, that whole, what was it, 7th inning, the grand slam and all that stuff that happened. I'm telling you, man, that catcher's interference killed us. Talking about literally just destroyed us. I feel like if he doesn't do that, I think it was the strike 3 call too. We get out the inning and everything, man. I don't know. Stephen B says you need soundboard guy at Yankee Stadium. Oh man, I'll be playing all kinds of bad soundboard. I'm gonna get some like wonk 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 or something like that. Hey Jonathan, Jason, intro for the chat is way too much now. No, I know, man. It's driving me nuts. I'm not gonna lie. The intro for the chat. Joe's in the building. What's up, Joe? I'm trying to catch up to these things. Yassine, what's up, my brother? Boone is soft. How soft is he, Yassine? How soft? Tell us in the chat. Boone is soft. He won't hold players accountable. And he encourages their poor play. Man. I need some more how does he encourage it? But I agree, though. Maybe he's a little too soft. Let's play. We make it to short. Stephen B says, I keep saying it. Trading Volpe for a better shortstop defensively and offensively while trading a popular player would do some good. Look at 2004 Red Sox trade. Yeah, but would they actually do that? The thing is that this organization, they love Volpe, man. Like, I don't know what it is. I think Boone will fight for him. Boone will be up there screaming, "Don't take him from your son." Like, I don't know, but me personally, like, I don't care who it is, man. Anybody's tradable. Anybody, especially if you're not performing. But if we could upgrade at any position, then let's do it, man. That's what I say. Especially Volpe, man. He's playing shitty, and then his post-game interviews are starting to get real snarky and like being a real smart ass. I was gonna say the B word, but I don't want to get too crazy. I think it was yesterday's post game when they were asking me. He had like come on, my man, dude. Don't get a freaking attitude. The reporters just doing their job. They're asking you the question. Don't make freaking errors then. How about that? Don't make errors and they won't ask you those stupid questions. But if you make errors and you play poorly, then they're gonna do their job. They're gonna ask you, what do you think? You want them to go up there and freaking throw you softballs? No. And I get it. He was frustrated and upset from his play, but there's only one person he needs to be upset with, and that's himself. That's it, himself. So he could take that attitude, man, and he could. I'm telling you, bro, you could take that attitude and go somewhere else with that, man, because you're getting on the wrong side of Yankee fans very quick. This is for Volpe, man, and you from the hometown too, so you don't want that. Unless you plan on moving to freaking Djibouti somewhere or something, moving to Florida, man. Dude, man, you got to do something, Volpe, man. For real, Volpe's got to do something. Sometimes I think you know me. I was thinking about this yesterday. He needs to be more. He needs to go. Somebody needs to sit him down, right, and say, stop trying to be this, right? Stop trying to hit home runs. Stop trying to hit the ball very hard. You're too small. You're not gonna hit the ball very hard. Instead, try to just get hits, bro. You know, play like a Steven Kwan or a freaking a Ichiro or somebody like that. That's how he needs to mimic those kind of guys and tailor his game to that. Because what he's trying to be now, he is not, bro. He doesn't have the strength. And to compensate for that, he's freaking swinging out of his cleats. And that's just offense. Yassine says, I want to see Boone go Hawk mode. I mean, I guess the furthest we've seen Boone is probably slam a table once or twice. Just, it's right freaking there. Or whatever it was. But, man, my thing with Boone is just that, look, over and over again, I get it. The players got to play. He can't go out there and swing the bat for these guys. He can't go out there and field ground balls for them. But at the same time, you are the face. You are the representative. That's why, look, a lot of times managers get fired, and it's probably not their fault. The team probably sucks. The manager for the Rockies, didn't he get fired? I don't think he's been there forever, or he was there forever. It's not his fault that they give him a crappy team. But guess what? They're losing. And you're the manager. So, you know, you take the fall. The manager's the fall guy, right? He's got to take the fall. That's how I see it. He reaches for the ball instead of receiving the ball. Who you talking about, Volpe? A lot of times, too, I notice Volpe, I mean, not today in particular, but I could tell he's like takes his eye off the ball way too soon. Bro, focus on one thing at a time. Catch the ball first and then make a play. Jake says, I don't even know about that, Jason. It seems like Boone is managing more to be their friend rather than a coach. I mean, there's more than one way to skin a cat. If they were winning right now, nobody would care, right? If they were winning, who cares? Look, I don't care how you get it done. That's my thing. It doesn't matter how you get it done, as long as it gets done. You want to be their friend? Be their friend. But when you're on the field, man, we playing baseball now. I don't know if he's managing to be their friend or not. They say he's a player's manager, right? Who cares, man? Even if you get we could bring a guy right now who, if you want accountability, we'll bring a guy right now who freaking punch players in the face, and they still might lose. And then what? You know, I think it's just with Boone. Look, some of it is Boone, right? I'm not giving him an excuse, but it's not all Boone either. You know, a lot of it is Cashman too. A lot of it is it's the whole organization. That's what I was saying. This whole organization they need to be audited, even though they tried that already, or gutted from top to bottom. We need somebody to come in there and really shake this whole thing up. Shake it up. The whole thing. Bring in Elon Musk or somebody crazy, man. We need somebody crazy to go in there and be like, nope, you're not getting the job done. Get the hell out of here. You're out of here, you know? Because I don't like even the way the scouting is done. Everything, man. Everything from the minor leagues all the way
in, my battle buddy, Sean Browning.
Sean Browning.
fight, rising up.
Yeah, it's a lot of this team. Look, this organization has a lot of problems, man. They got a lot of problems, and if you don't see that, I don't know what to tell you. You know, and if you're okay with just making it to the playoffs every year and getting booted, then that's okay. Then you know what, good for you, man. But I'm not, man. At some point, you gotta win, and it feels like it seemed like we're beating ourselves, man. We're beating ourselves. It seems like it's been like that for the past few years. Let me take this off. And don't forget, if you haven't, please like the video. It should be right there somewhere. Look. Where is it? Right there somewhere. Please like that video. Yeah. But tomorrow, you know what? Let's look at the standings before I even talk about tomorrow. Let's pull up the standings real quick while I try to catch up to the chat. Jack Geezy, my guy. This is what we're looking at right now. Oh, wait. That's not what we're looking at. Hold on. Let me fix that. Why does that always happen? All right. So the Yankees, one game up on the Blue Jays. You know, everybody's worried about the Rays. The Rays are a game and a half behind. They're right there, dude. We lose tomorrow, guess what? We're sharing first place with the Blue Jays. We get swept. That's what I said, man, before the series started. We could leave this series in second place. This is unacceptable, man. The decline of this team, everybody said whether it happens every June, whatever it is, the decline is unacceptable. And I was thinking about this a lot. Like, why is it that we start off hot and then cool off like that tremendously? Could it be? And I when I think about it, man, it could be just getting tired, right? Because when you first start a season, you're fresh, especially for older players. Because I don't see younger teams like dwindling like this. If anything, you should be getting hotter at this point. We haven't even reached the real dog days of summer. We haven't even hit those days yet. This team got a lot of holes, man. A lot of things to worry about. And for a while, because they were winning, we were all like, hey, you know what? It is what it is. And I'm one of them too. Because I'm a fan of Plan B. I'll be honest. I'm a fan of Plan B, but Plan B was never finished in the first place. We knew that going into the season, it wasn't finished. They failed to go get a third baseman, a real third baseman. They failed to really bolster the bullpen. I mean, I guess signing Loizaga, whatever, it is what it is. They failed even when we lost Cole and we lost Hill. We didn't get nobody else. Mind you, we already had Max Fried signed. We were like, well, we're gonna do, play with what we got. Joe and Cam brought up a good point earlier. Why are we playing with two men down? Why don't you just put Grisham on the IL? Just put him on the IL. If he's not gonna play anyway, put him on the IL for a week. Maybe he could use it too. Give Dominguez a chance to play. Who else? Austin Wells. Put him on the IL. He's playing like crap anyway. He's playing like shit. Who cares? These dudes, man. And a lot of it is Boone, too. A lot of it is Boone, but I think it's more than that, man. It's the whole organization. I'm telling you. I don't know how lets it go on. I have no idea how he lets it happen. Or he just doesn't care or something. I don't know. But if it was me, if this was my team, my business, I would lose my freaking mind. I would lose my mind. I'll go crazy on these people. Before the season started, we knew we had issues. We knew we had to offload that Stroman contract. Somehow, some way, we had to get it off the books. A lot of this, because the Yankees do spend money. A lot of this is bad contracts that didn't age well. And I get it. You could say, well, who would have thought, right? Who would have known? And you're probably right, But at the same time, it doesn't matter who would have known. That's your freaking job, is to know. That's your job. Scouting department, front office, analytics, GM, president of baseball operations, that's your job, dude, is to freaking project this, to know that, to see it coming before it comes. I get it. It's a hard job, right? Nobody could predict the future, but that's what you get paid for nonetheless, right? If I go to my job and I do shitty, guess what? They looking at me like, you got to step it up. We like you and all, but if you don't step it up, we got to get somebody who can, right? It's the same deal with these guys, man. Joe, as Yankees announced, Dodgers up 2-0. Okay, let me take this off the screen. I'm sorry. We'll look at tomorrow's pitchers real quick. We got Will Warren going up against Jose Berrios. Bro, how we lost with our two best pitchers, man. Carlos Rodon and Max Fried back to back. And the way baseball is, man, we'll win with our worst pitcher, right? That's how it is. Will Warren, we'll see what he brings, man. I like Will Warren, but I don't, I think if you can upgrade there, you do it. You definitely do it. Let me see who else. Andrew says, Fire Boone is right in front of us. CT Cars, he's the death rings of Xbox. Oh, I froze? What are you talking about? Did I freeze? Oh, no, I'm not frozen. Yeah, man, I remember those the death rings of Xbox, man. That's old school. Need new blood in New York operations. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it's nothing against them. It's just like, look, I get it. We, like I said, we like you guys. Boone, I like you and all. But it's just not working. And we gotta get somebody else. See what we can do. It doesn't matter who, because everybody says, well, who are you gonna bring? I don't care. We just need something new. That's all. Only the weatherman can keep his job and always be wrong. Yeah, exactly. Jason, there's also the black screen on the computer. Oh, yeah. Can't stall this too much longer. This team is ass, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. This team is hot and garbage right now. And with all that being said, right, I still believe this team will make it to the playoffs. I think this team should take first place, and they will. I'm gonna go on a limb and say we're gonna take first place. But we've already exposed a lot of weaknesses that we have. And this division is the worst division, right, in all of baseball. And this is what we're doing. That says a lot. That says a lot about what this team, man. And again, I'm putting the blame on everybody. A little bit of blame goes to a little bit of blame goes to Judge too. It goes to Judge too. It goes to Giancarlo Stanton. It goes to everybody. It's a collective dumpster fire. For real, man. And it goes from the top down. It starts with Hal. And the only reason I'm not blaming Hal and everything, but he allows this stuff to go on. He needs to be more assertive, more if he don't hold people accountable, well, why should Cashman hold people accountable? If Cashman don't hold people accountable, why should Boone hold people accountable? You want accountability? I'll show you accountability, man. And I wouldn't even yell. That's the thing. You don't have to see a manager scold a player or anything. Just freaking trade him. Trade him. Or bench them, The thing is, though, right now, like today, how are you going to bench Volpe when all you have is Peraza and Rice on the bench? We're playing two people short. It's hard to bench somebody when your bench is trash, too, That's the whole thing. CT Cars, I let on a secret. Weatherman knows when it rains. As for all the drama in the news. Yep. I'm going to pull up Anthony Volpe real quick just to see if this thing is working. And you guys got tired of the stats already? No more stats? 225. Let's see what Spencer Jones is doing down there. Those numbers are a little different because it's showing his AAA numbers right now. Looks like Volpe equals DJ LeGrand. These dudes are terrible, man. Jason, question for you: How long will you take this beating from the Yankees until you move on? I mean, I'll take it forever, man. I'm never gonna move on from my team, dude. I'm a true fan. That's why I said yes. I always say, Andrew, it's like being in a battered relationship, right? Like I keep saying that, like, no, they're gonna change. And people are like, bro, why you root for the Yankees? They suck. They're never gonna win. It's over. The whole, whatever tradition and legacy is done. And I'm like, nah, man, we're gonna come back. Watch, we'll show you. They're like, yo, Boone sucks. I'll be like, no, but he's a good guy. He's gonna do better. And I'm all out of those though. I have nothing to say no more. People are like, dude, what's up with your team? I'm like, bro, we suck, man. I'm gonna just be honest. Like, we suck, man. It is what it is. Jazz Chisholm. Oh, Stephen B, man. I got it. I gotta take off because I got it only for members right now. Sorry, I have nothing but jokes after today's bad game. Stephen B said Boone needs to go. Yes, sir. Yeah, seeing the Blue Jays manager will keep on walking Judge until the Yankees lineup. I mean, I don't even blame him. I will walk him too. They walk. That tells you a lot, man. Because usually they walk Judge when when first base is open or something. But you had a man on first, nobody out. He walked Judge. He didn't even let him hit. He walked Judge, put a man on first and second with nobody out. That's how much he knew. Like, that's why he thinks of the rest of the lineup. Put it that way. Could bring up Jazz stats. Jazz is not the problem though right now. He's actually one of the bright spots on the team. Oh, you did already? Yep. Andrew says, that's what I'm here. That's what I like to hear. You're loyal to your team. That's what too, bro. If we're first or dead last, you're a Dodgers fan. Andrew, man. Bro, little by little, though, we're going to make you a Yankee fan. Little by little. I'm faster than lightning. Oh, man. This team, man. I mean, what else is there to say about this, bro? The thing is that we could talk here till we blue in the face, and it all. The thing that kills me the most, right? It's like, man, let's go all in. That's my whole thing. Let's go all in. How? Spend a little bit more money, for Stephen B. Stephen Bruno, is that you, Stephen B? Let's go all in, man. Like all or nothing, bro. Just playing around stuff and everything. If that means going over the freaking luxury tax, then so be it. But this team does have a lot of good players, man. But we're just not putting it together. Like CT said earlier, they're not playing him right. Stuff like that. Like I don't know. Frustrating, man. It's frustrating. It really is. But let's listen to Boone's post game real fast, and then I guess we'll wrap it up. My foot is hurting right now too.
I think runners in score position. You guys got a lot of chances in, but once again didn't cash in.
Yeah, got to cash in. I mean, although I will say the last two nights, I mean, we've stung a number of balls with runners in scoring position. So
hey, yo, hold on. Pause.
Got to create.
He said we stung a number of balls. I'm sorry, man. My bad. Man. I know it's stupid, man. It's one of those days, right? We got to laugh about something, man. Boom he stung a number of balls. Okay, boom. Hey, to each his own.
those opportunities, and we got to make hay when we have those chances, though.
Aaron, what is your level of concern with the defense recently here?
With the what?
Defense recently.
Yeah, we obviously got to play a little bit better, and we have the people capable of doing that, and we'll continue to work hard at it. But yeah, we got to play better overall. We understand that. We know that, hopefully get it going tomorrow.
How about the bullpen as well? Understanding there were some defensive miscues, but an ERA well over 10 over the last 4 games.
Yeah, I mean, obviously a tough stretch here. Some of those guys have been leaned on heavily. It's on me I got to do a better job of getting those guys in positions where they can be successful and making the right decisions for them to make sure they're in the best spot possible. But obviously been a little bit of a tough stretch for us.
Is there any
little
consideration
bit.
of moving Jazz back to second and DJ to third?
I don't know. We'll talk through that stuff. Yeah.
A little bit of a bad stretch. My guy, you went through a whole month going into the next month of bad baseball, man. Just, I don't know.
Feel like it's the best alignment right now from what you've been seeing?
The way it is now?
Yeah.
I mean, look, I think both guys are really talented defenders, so, wherever they line up, but we'll continue to look at things like that.
That's slower.
That was a good question, right? And why did they ask them? Why would the reporter ask them? Because they didn't say, hey, question any of Jazz Chisholm's play at third. They just asked him, is Jazz staying at third, or are you thinking about moving him to second? And that's a good question, because DJ plays a fine third base, especially that he can't move left to right, really. But he can still fall on a baseball. I'd rather see DJ at third and just keep Jazz at second, me personally. Or Peraza at third. But DJ's been sticking a little bit. He went 2 for 3 today. So maybe there is something there. But I don't like him at second base. Every time he got to chase a ball down in the hole or something, he just doesn't look like he moves well. And that's nothing against him. That's father time, dude. I don't move well. It happens. Especially him. He had like hip surgery or whatever. So, I mean, that's something to consider, man. Something to consider.
One you chalk up to inexperience, or just not one that you went aggressively after, or not?
No, I think he went at it, and I think it's a little bit of just not always playing on turf, so it was kind of an in-between, so it kind of messed with his rhythm of the throw. So the throw was inaccurate, probably because the hop kind of took him up a little bit, so it wasn't as smooth. But I chalked that up more to just not getting the right hop and probably a little bit of the turf thing.
I don't.
I know there's a lot of variance when it comes to hit.
No. We're not gonna we're not gonna blame this on the turf. Okay. That was a play that most third basemen make. And it's not that he played it like an infield. He played it like a middle infielder. And that's nothing against Jazz, because that's what he is. He's a middle infielder. Trying to learn third base. He's learning on the fly as we go. And then the throw, I mean, he would have got him, though. A good throw would have got him at first, but the whole point is, man, he's playing out of position. Let's put people where they're supposed to play, all right? And let's get the best 9 hitters on the field somehow. That's all we got to do. And that right there is not Boone's fault. He can only play with the roster that's given to him. It's not his fault that he has 3 catchers or whatever, and he's trying to find a place to put Ben Rice, but that means somebody's got to sit. I don't know, but that's what I saw from Mascara today, man. Ben Rice is my catcher tomorrow. I'll tell you that much. He better be catching tomorrow.
Hitting with runners in scoring position, but it's been a month of struggles. Do you have any concerns of just?
I have concerns of everything. When we're going great, when we're not, and everything in between. I try to evaluate it not emotionally every day. The last 2 nights with runners in scoring position, feel like we've swung the bat pretty well and haven't got results. There's certainly been stretches where we haven't, and at the end of the day, I mean, we're going to have this conversation.
Hold on. My guy, did he really say we swung the bat well and didn't get results? Every day you swing the bat well, you didn't get results. Bro, you went 2 for what? Hold on. What was it with runners in scoring position? If I go through the box score, right? I'm looking at the box score right now. If I go back every game, right, for the last month and a half, the runners in scoring position average is terrible. Runners in scoring position, 2 for 17. If I go to yesterday's game, it's going to be bad. If I go to the game before that, it's going to be bad. If I go before, it's going to be bad, dude. You're not swinging the bat well. When you go 2 for 17, your runners in scoring position. And I get it, like, because there's a lot of things, like people are like, well, there's a lot of bad luck, and ball was hit hard here and there. I understand that, but that can only go that dog only hunts so far, man. Like, okay, so every time it's just a little bad luck. We're swinging the bat well. All right, if you're swinging the bat well, you be better than 2 for 17 with runners in scoring position. You know, sometimes that's what scares me the most, right? I'm hoping that that's just what he's telling the media. What scares me the most is that they really believe that there isn't a problem, you know, that they're good. We're good. It's just a little bad luck. We're swinging the bats well. We're swinging it well, you know. Oh, he played the ball, you know. If we were on grass, he makes that play, but we're on turf. There's always an excuse, man, and excuses are like buttholes. Everybody's got one, all right? Enough with that excuses. Enough. And you could tell that he's frustrated. That's why you could tell deep down he knows he's a baseball dude. And whether you like him or not, he's been around baseball his whole life. He's seen good baseball and he's seen bad baseball. And I think if off the record, he would tell you, yo, we playing bad right now. It's not good. Not even close, you know?
Next year, the next year, the next year, what's going on with runners in scoring position? That is baseball, right? In a league where you're hitting 240, 250, you're going to have stretches where that's a struggle. We understand, like, going on a roll.
No. That's not baseball, bro. I get it that it happens. Slumps happen and you go. But when you go almost a month and a half going, you know, a month of 2 for 17 with runners in scoring position, that's baseball, but that's bad baseball. There's good baseball and there's bad baseball. It's all baseball though. You're playing bad baseball, dude. Just say it, yo, bro. We playing bad baseball right now. We're playing bad baseball. Every time we mess up on the field, every time we make an error, the team we're playing against, they capitalize. Whether it's the Toronto Blue Jays, the Cincinnati Reds, or the freaking Chicago White Sox, will probably smoke us right now. You know, that's just what it is.
Win a lot of games, you got to cash in when you have those chances. So, you know, we'll continue to try and have the best at-bats as possible, stick with our process of being as prepared as possible, and hopefully start to cash in a little bit, and that worm will turn for us a little bit.
That worm will turn for us a little bit. Yeah, I don't know, man, what Boone is talking about there, man. I think he knows. He knows he can't, man. It's unacceptable. When I see 2 for 17 runners in scoring position, right, I get it. You're going to have games like that. But when you go through a whole over 30 days at this point of that, over 30 days, that's telling you something, man, that this team ain't clutch, right? They're not clutch. They're not hitting well. And that tells you, man, if it's not a home run, there's nothing happening. If we don't hit home runs, we don't score. If we don't hit 3-4 home runs a game, we're not winning. You know? I don't know, man. This team, man. They're breaking my heart, man. You're breaking my heart, boo. What am I gonna do with you guys, man? I feel like I can't even defend it no more, man. I would just call it how I see it, bro. Like I was watching the game earlier. And I'm like, man, you guys, I really want to tell them, like, even if I met, of course, I'd be like, oh, you know, nice to meet you. Can I get your autograph and everything? If we used to talk baseball, I'd tell him, dude, you guys stink, bro. Come on, man. I get it. Like I can never I can't do better, right? That's not my job. I'm not a professional baseball player, you know. I'm a fan, you know. I've been watching a lot of baseball my whole life to know when a team is good and when they're not. And this team is not good. You know, yeah, it's baseball. But that's bad baseball. I look over to the other dugout. They're playing good baseball. You know, you can see the difference. Oh, man. And it's not all Boone's fault, but like I said, man, when you're the captain of the ship, you go down with it, man. Jason, watch the Phillies fan reaction to Judge. Yeah, man, I don't. I'll get to it, Stephen B, man. CT Cars, I think we need DJ LeGround out. DFA'd. Man, he went 2 for 3, though, today. Boone in the postgame today looks like he's about to cry. You know, all of them look agitated when reporters ask him questions.
Joining the stream, mi compadre, Luis Duran.
There's a war going on outside, no man is safe from.
Right now, my favorite walk up right now, I'm not gonna lie, is Ken's. The Let's Get Ready to Rumble. But what's up, Luis, man? How you doing, brother? No, you're not too late, man. Actually, you might be too late, but you catch a little bit, man. Bro, I don't want to. Stephen B, I don't even want to. This team is funny to me. I'm laughing at the team right now, man. Let me catch up. Don't go breaking my. Quit playing games with my heart. With my heart. Who's that? Backstreet Boys? That's how I feel, man. I should have known from the start. We should have known, man. Jason wants, but I've been saying it too. I swear, dude, guys, I've been saying, I'm like, look, yeah, this team is okay, but do you really think this is a championship team? Like, does this team give you World Series champion vibes? You know? And I was like, I don't know. I don't get it. You know? I don't get it. I feel like they're playing a little over their heads. And sure enough, man, they were. Hopefully they could get hot at the right time. Stanton still hasn't hit a home run. Let me pull up Stanton. How you spell his name? Giancarlo Stanton. I feel like once he hits one, as soon as he hits one home run, oh man, he's gonna go off. Hopefully, if not, Eli's right. The Phillies fan thinks Judge using a torpedo bat. I mean, come on, man. Everybody who's not a Yankee fan thinks Judge is using. When Judge does something, there's always an excuse. They're like, well, yeah, but look, he plays in Yankee Stadium. I'm like, okay, but that home run would have been a home run in 29 other ballparks. I'm like, oh yeah, but but what about October? And I was like, okay, I get it, but we're talking about this home run. Judge is never gonna get the credit he truly deserves. He's never really gonna get the credit he truly deserves until he wins one. Until he goes off in October and carries this team to the promised land, to the what they call the Canyon of Heroes. Until he's marching on a float going down Broadway with confetti raining down on the city, they're not gonna give him the flowers that he deserves. It's just not gonna happen. CT Car said, Jason, it's now breaking my heart. I don't want to see these depressing words. They might make it happen. Don't put me in bed. I mean, I'm not gonna cry, man. It is what it is. Like, it's just a game. At the end of the day, it's just a game. The thing that frustrates me the most is just that what really frustrates me the most is just this over and over again, the same thing. My goodness, for the last 10 years, it seems like over and over and over again, every year, it's the same nonsense. And it's like, come on, dude. Let's switch it up. That's why I say, like, you know what? Whatever we're doing is clearly not working. Whatever we're doing is clearly not working. Yes, it's good enough to get us to the postseason, but that's about it. And so we got to try something else, Try something else. Get some new blood. With everything. I don't like the way they even scout players. There's a lot of things I don't like from this organization. And it's my favorite team, but at the same time, as a fan, I feel like it's a fan's job to hold their team accountable. I mean, if you're okay with just if you're okay with making it to the postseason every now and then and hopefully winning, that's all right. But I'm not, especially when we have a $300 million payroll every year. Especially when freaking a bucket of chicken is like freaking $60 at the stadium. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that, man. We ain't crossing that line before we make some new changes. No, we're not. Let me go ahead and play this JC Escara. I just want to, it's real short, it's about 2 minutes. I want to hear what he had to say.
Steal strikes like that, how do you prevent those catcher interferences from happening? Is there anything you can do more on your end?
Yeah, it's on me. I intend to get as close as possible, but obviously not letting that happen. So I was too close today. Didn't have my team win today or yesterday. Shouldn't happen. But it's stuff that I can control. But I was just too deep in there trying to steal that low strike.
Is that something you've had a problem with in the past? Getting too close?
No, actually, no. It's stuff that, has just happened yesterday and today. But like I said, it's something I can control, and I just got to be, cognizant of, scooting back a bit.
That's just a sick feeling.
He said it right there, trying to steal that low strike. I get it, man, but that's why I can't wait for this ABS, man. With none of that, all that framing and all that stuff doesn't matter. The umpires don't matter no more. I mean, it still does kind of matter, but they might as well just put full-time, not OBS, ABS, or whatever it's called. Full-time ABS. That's it. All that framing nonsense and all that, who cares, man? You're trying to frame a strike there. Like, bro, you didn't have to do all that. Cat Mama. Hey, Cat Mama, what's up? These players don't deserve to wear Yankees. Yep. Stan will have a 3-week nuclear period. I'm waiting, man. He has 0 home runs right now. I want him to freaking go off. Go off. If the Knicks can fire Tibbs, Hal can fire Boone and Cashman. You're right, man. But the Knicks is that's a whole nother story, man. But it's right in front of us, man. You know what's right in front of me? I see a team that's playing horribly, man. Just bad, dude. It's just bad. And you look around and you see, like, yeah, some individual stats, right? Like Judge, some individual stats. But if you, I don't have the number. But if we look at his numbers with runners in scoring position or in high leverage spots, I don't think they're great. And that goes 1 through 9. 1 through 9, you probably say the same thing about everybody. Yeah, we look lackluster. We look boring. We look old, and we got younger this year, but we look old, somehow. Man, it seems like we're playing teams, and they're beating us at everything. They're beating us in every aspect of the game. They're beating us at it. From, offense, from hitting, from pitching, to fielding, to coaching, to everything. We can't get a break. To the umpire's calls are never go our way. It's just, it's like nothing's going this team's way, man. They just got to do better. Honestly, they just got to do better. If they haven't had a team meeting, maybe now's the time to have a team meeting and just kind of have a little census, just where everybody could speak out their mind, say what they got to say, what they like, what they don't like. Just a players only meeting. You know, which coaches they don't like or whatever, and just figure it out. Get some kind of consistency, man. Figure it out and play the best players. I don't care what your name is. Doesn't matter what the number on the back of your jersey. Just whoever's the best player. That's it. Whoever's the best player, play them. And freaking Volpe. Somebody needs to, man. I'm telling you, man. Somebody needs to grab Volpe and really have a real stern talk with him, like a man-to-man talk. The thing is, too, when I see a guy like Volpe, right? This is off the cuff right here, man. I see a guy like Volpe, right? And obviously we know a little bit about his backstory. So I'm not going to say he's never faced adversity because I don't know his whole story. But from everything I know and from what I see a guy who's probably never faced any kind of adversity his whole career. His whole career, he's been touted since he was young and played for USA, the Team USA. He's never really had any kind of true adversity, man. And now it's hitting him. So he needs somebody, man, a mentor, somebody to really pull him to the side and talk to him, man. An ex-Yankee. I see Pettit around every now and then, but we need somebody else, man. Maybe, I don't know, man. Somebody who's really been there to really pull him to the side and talk to him, man. Get him right. At this point, I think it's starting to get mental with him. Jason, to answer your question, if it is a playoffs team, it has the elements. It has some elements, but not there yet. This team right now, as is, bro, this ain't a championship team. Could they stumble and fumble their way in there? Of course, anything's possible. But come on, dude. Really? Don't kid yourself. Don't put money down right now, you know? Don't put your money. And look, there's a team out there, man. The Tigers are tough, man. Let me tell you. I watched them play the other day, and you could tell the excitement, just the energy that for me, and I'm not even a Tigers fan, I was like, man, this team is pretty good. You know, scary. I'm going to put it that way, scary. I would be scared to run into them, especially if they was to pick up like another starting pitcher or something. I'd be terrified to play them in any series in the postseason. Not with this team. The bullpen is horrible. That is one of the big problems. Yeah, tonight they were horrible, and yesterday too. That's what I was saying, Cam. You missed it. I was saying that the Yankees right now, they're like a boat with a bunch of holes, and the sink is slowly sinking. Right, the ship is slowly sinking, and it's like, what do you do? Right, obviously you can't. You only have 4 arms, right? You have 2 feet and 2 hands. So you can only plug 4 of these holes. And that's what I think the Yankees really need. And that's just an analogy I'm using as far as like the front office, what they need to do. Obviously, they can't fix all the problems, but they need to really cover some of these big holes and just patch it up, you know, just stop the bleeding. And hopefully that's enough to get us to the promised land. But you can't just leave it as is. As is, though, we're cooked, bro. If they don't make a move or anything, like a significant move, oh man, dude, it's gonna be a long second half of the season. I'll tell you that much. It's gonna be really bad. Maybe this is as good as it gets. No, I don't think the team is this bad, but I don't think they're that good either. You know, I think that it is a good team. But is it like a really good team? I think it's a good team. It's good enough to make it to the playoffs. Let's put it that way. And you know, the way it was looking before, like the American League was so weak that everybody was like, yeah, they should have no problem making it to the World Series. But now there's some other teams that have been playing really good and so starting to show something. I may have to go soon to take my father to work. Oh man, take care, Luis Duran. Yeah, do your thing, man. Family first, dude. Got to play the best starting 9. Yep. Volpe, dude. Cat Mama says, Volpe is never going to make it. This is all you're going to get out of him. He is not good, plain and simple. Cat Mama, you remember, too, you was watching the show before the season started when I was like, Like Volpe, man. Like I don't know about him. I kept saying that. I was like, look, this is his third year. I don't think he's getting any much better. People told me I was crazy, but he's a Gold Glover, and I was like, man, is he really? You know, 'cause I feel like he's good at defense, but is he really like? He just happened to get a Gold Glove. You know, I don't know how they do it, and they gave it to him, but it is what it is. Didn't they give wasn't Soto like a finalist for the Gold Glove award? So I don't know how they give away these awards, but I was like, I don't know. He's good, but I don't think he's that good. Retired CT cards, crazy sketchy guy. Look, oh man, gonna have to make some moves. I don't see us not trying to get better at this. I mean, Cashman's always gonna make a few moves. He might grab a bullpen arm from somewhere. He gonna, man, you know what it is? It's every year it's the same stuff. Like trade deadline, we're here, and all the content creators, they're doing their 24 live stream, and we all like, oh, and the tweets start popping. Passman, this guy's going here, this guy's going here. What about the Yankees? What about the Yankees? And at the very last minute, right when they're about to close the trade market, the Yankees acquire Ken Singleton. Oh, not Ken Singleton. What was the guy? Singleton, Middleton, or whatever his name is. I was like, come on, bro. Really? I was up all night for this? I stood up all night for that? I hope it's not another one of those years. I really do. Okay, Mom says, there's no promised land with Boone. I never complain about Boone. You know what? And on this, I've gone on the record too before. And I said this team will never win with Boone. I said that before, right? And at the time, I was really upset. You know, I think this team could win with Boone. It really could, but a lot of things got to go right. And we got to fix a lot of things, you know? We really do. And we just need more players, man, more talent. And we got to start. Look, I get it, man. You know, let these kids play, bro. If anything, you know, for years they've been saying let the kids play. What about player development? They need to be in there all every day. Dominguez needs to play every day. And I tell you what, man, all of that they gave to Volpe, right? Volpe had all that, but he played every day. He got the best opportunity anybody could get, and he hasn't lived up to it. So either they keep him and we got to just live with him, or you move on. This is, at the end of the day, it's a business. It's a business. Move on. If something else is better out there, you make the move. You make the move. Plain and simple. And I was sick of hearing Boone talking about Volpe and he's an elite defender. Boone tried to tell us that IKF was one of the best shortstops analytically in the whole major leagues. And then 2 weeks later, freaking he wasn't even a shortstop anymore. So a lot of times the stuff that comes out his mouth is straight is BS. Come on. I remember when he said that, I was like, are you freaking serious? And then 2 weeks later, he took him out of shortstop role. And this is in the playoffs, like literally in the playoffs. And then we got freaking smoked by the Astros and got swept in the ALCS 4-0. Embarrassing. I remember that last game at Yankee Stadium. They swept us at Yankee Stadium. We lost the World Series too at Yankee Stadium. But the Astros swept us at Yankee Stadium that year. I remember that last game. It wasn't even close. It was a freaking funeral at the stadium. It was quiet. People left early. It seemed like a game in, you know, a Tuesday night game in August. This is the ALCS game. Freaking year after year, man. Year after year. Jason, CT Cars and I joke about sketchy guy stuff. Oh, yeah. I think you guys both are sketchy. No, just playing. Oh, man. Boone doesn't believe the nonsense out of his own. Yeah, that was pure caca coming out of Boone's mouth. I'm so sick of hearing Boone this year. He is so full of himself. He really does need to go. Man, him and not only him, though, there's a whole bunch of people that need to go. That's the thing. A whole bunch of them need to go. Uh, this the Bosco? Let me see if this is. Yep, 12-5. Take this away. Max Fried, 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. Not a good outing for him at all. And then one more time, we'll look at the pitching matchup tomorrow. I'd say this matchup favors the Blue Jays. I mean, based on the numbers alone. It's crazy, man. Crazy. Just think, tomorrow, we lose tomorrow, we're no longer in sole possession of first place of the American League East. That is crazy. And you know what? I'll do you know what? This is what we're going to do. Hold on. I'm going to pull up the standings. I don't know if this is going to work or not. Let me see. Let me go back to May 30th. Let's go back to May 30th. May 31st. And let's update it. Oh, no, it doesn't do it. Damn. I was trying to see if it could get me the date of what the record was on May 31st. But anyway, you guys get the point. At one point, we were like 8 games above anybody else. And look at where we at now. It's a disgrace, man. It's pathetic. Truly pathetic. But again, guys, if you don't mind, hit that sub. Like the video. I appreciate it, everybody in the chat, for joining. Thank you so much. And stay tuned, man. I've been printing these things. I'm gonna start doing some giveaways real soon. I don't know if you can see this. Hold on. These little Thor hammers. I had to make it a smaller version because it was the big ones are too hard to ship, man. I couldn't find a box that's big enough. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing some giveaways of this, and then hopefully soon I'm gonna have a special giveaway for just members. And it'll probably be something not 3D printed, but something actually better than that. But besides that, I'll see you guys tomorrow. CT Car says, I want one of those Thor hammers. You got to win one, man. These things take a long time to print. I'll tell you that much. And also, I have these things. I don't know. I'm going to just make some stuff. That way I could do regular giveaways. Obviously, I'm not rich, so I can't buy a ton of stuff or anything. But this, I can make it, and we'll do giveaways. But I do want to do a special giveaway for members of the channel. It'd probably be, I'm looking at maybe like an autographed baseball. I don't know by who or anything. That's something not too crazy expensive, but whatever I get, whatever earnings I make from this, I'm going to put it back into the stream, and that's how I'm going to do it. I'm doing a special giveaway, just members, though, for that one. This stuff here, all this stuff will be for everybody. For everybody. You're not rich yet, but I mean, I'm rich with love and family and stuff like that, but in terms of money, no. Make sure to enjoy Garrow Award. Oh, man. Yeah, it's good to see you too, Cat Mama. But anyway, as for me, I'm going to get some sleep, hopefully, and call it a night. Hopefully tomorrow the Yankees win and we start winning, man. Let's put this losing streak or whatever you want to call it, this bad slump, let's put this behind us and get better. In a way, like obviously I don't want the Yankees to lose and everything, but in a way, I feel like hopefully this is a wake-up call to Cashman and whoever makes decisions. Like, look, if we really want to do something serious here, we got to make some serious moves. But yes, thank you. Appreciate it, Stephen B. That's going to do it for me, guys. Take care. Have a great evening. Hold on, I'm trying to do something. I was trying to work on something, but it's not working now. Anyway, peace, guys.
Chalk on the corner, fair game in the air. Aaron's bat sang, but the call wasn't fair. Stripes in the dirt, blind to the truth. Judgment day ruined, no replay to boost. Robbed on the line, truth in the smoke, Boone in the dark.